Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fifth Row Tarot. Welcome back to another week of messages, things to consider, maybe things to journal about, um, things to talk to your friends about, things to talk to yourself about. Um, yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day, week, month, year, all that good stuff. Astrological good things. We are coming out of Mercury retrograde in a couple of days. So that should be nice if you're experiencing any kind of communication issues. Um, Particularly for me, Mercury retrograde was all about how I communicate with myself, and that was very eye opening. I hope you had the same experience. I hope you are now about to experience the fruit of that introspection if you went through it. Um, Also, want to say um, if you are new to tarot, tarot is all about really, it's all about reminding you of what you already know, and reminding you of your own strength and spirit. If you are looking to find out the future from a tarot reader, you're probably going to be sorely disappointed, or you may have good luck. Who knows? But really, I use the tarot as a way of seeing things in a different light that I may not have considered. Because I might be being very stubborn with myself and not seeing seeing the truth of the situation or things like that, or at least considering another position. So, with that said, I just want to remind you of your own free will, your own divinity, your own destiny fulfillment is your own duty, your own work. So, yeah, just want to remind you of that. And I hope that what I give you today and what I give you from this point on is helpful in reminding you of the powerful, loving, divine being that you are and how you can move through this world effortlessly and with the power you have gained from your own experience in life. You are indeed beautiful, divine, and loving. I feel it. All right, so let's get started. I call on my divine and enlightened ancestors and my ascended masters and teachers to come um, through the cards, through my reading, with a message for the collective that will bring them back to themselves. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's get started. Spirit, can you please give me some cards, a message for the collective today? Please give me. Oh, there we go. Nice. Wow, nice. Okay. Spirit, can you please? Oh, wow. There's another one. Let's see. What other messages might Spirit have today or for this week? And also remind you this is a timeless message. So whenever you see it, whatever you get from it, I hope that it is beautiful for you. I'm going to take one more pass, see what else comes up for us here. Okay. Spirit, do you have any other messages? There we go. Any other messages, Spirit? Okay. Sweet. Okay. Good stuff. All right. So I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, did that go in the right? Yes, that went in the right order. Okay. I think that went in the right order. Just trying to put it in a way where I could see it all kind of in one space instead of in a row. But okay, let's go. So it looks like we've got blessings coming in here. Eight of Wands is all about quick action, um, coming from above down to earth. So this might be something moving very quickly for you, maybe in the beginning of the week or maybe today. And it looks like you're going to have the strength to not only you're going to have the strength to receive this action, or at least take this action, which is probably very strange for you because you may have been dealing with some weaknesses or something like that. But strength, it looks like you have the strength to take this action. And one action in particular that you're able to take, because the divine is sending you um, the divine action to take. They're giving you this responsibility to take this action. And it looks as if you want to take it. And it's very interesting because now that I get to the Eight of Cups, I talked about the Eight of Cups extensively a couple of weeks ago. But the Eight of Cups is about, we're going on a journey here. And it looks like someone is so it looks like, here's what I see. So you've got all this action coming in, right? All these things that you can do. And it looks like you can only do one thing, or you're only given the responsibility to do one thing. And so it looks like that one thing is leading you away from a whole bunch of emotions that you've been experiencing in the past, because I see this one responsibility and one action here. You're taking that and leaving this. And what I see here with the Eight of Cups, on the whole, this could be about going on a spiritual journey, but in this particular instance, it looks like you're walking away from drama, from um, you're walking away from drama. You're walking away from the try hard of trying to make a situation fit your worldview or your ideal. And because you built all these cups and these actions um, that were coming in, you kept trying to you took a whole bunch of action to keep building up these things. And finally, divine just said, look, you know the one thing that you have to do. And now it shows you doing that. It shows you using that staff, using this one responsibility. Like, look, I know what I'm responsible for. I know what I came here to do. I know what I came here to be. And these things that I've built up here, this emotion, these relationships, this drama that has built up, I can't do it anymore. And so it looks like you're walking away from something that was taking up a lot of emotional space. And again, look, I I didn't even realize the Page of Wands was there, but it looks like you going off. You are now the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is, to me, it looks like in the desert. There's either some pyramids or mountains in the background, but definitely in the desert. And I hope you took a look at my shamanic journey message yesterday that talks a little bit about the desert as an archetype. But here we have someone who is passionate, adventurous, going off into their destiny, but they're also very new at it. So who knows what may come from this Page of Wands actions. Um, yeah, wow. Uh, Now it looks like because you've taken this one action and you've walked away from all the drama you've created, and now you're in the desert and you're doing, you've got this, you're young, you're in the desert, you've got this passion, you're an adventurer, right? Now it looks like you've gotten to a place of maturity, emotional maturity, where you can actually really see, okay, the King of Cups is an older, mature male, but gender is not important here. This is about maturity in relationships. You're able to give and receive in a way that works for you. And not only that, you have matured from the place where you were emotionally. And that puts you in a better place to build a contract, something where you're able to build with another person or another group of people, something of high quality. You're able to now, with this King of Cups energy, because you're mature, you're able to now build something that is high quality, that is designed, that is, because you see here, you've got two people holding plans, and then you've got a master builder here standing up on a stool actually working. So the Three of Pentacles usually is about high quality contract, and um, because Pentacles are about material items, it's quite possible re you're either re not rebuilding. I don't know why I want to say rebuilding, but you're rebuilding. You might even be rebuilding a contract with yourself about how you want to be treated, how you want to go forward in life, how you want to, what is quality for you? What is high quality for you? All right. Wow. I know that's a lot quicker than I've done before, but I'm looking at the bottom of the deck now, and yeah, what I'm seeing here is, um, from the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is about, I mean, it's very clear what it's about. It basically is, something is completely over and done with. Your thoughts about something, your ideas about something, something is completely done with, like over and done. And someone is, either you or someone you know is going through this. Um, because it could be that, wow, it could be that another opportunity came in for action, and strength came in, passion came in, and it matured you to the point where you realized, you know what, where I am now is not where I want to be. I want to be with this new opportunity that came in, because there's, and I'm going to set this to the side here. Actually, let's stay here. So with, the Ten of Swords I'm seeing in this reading, and again, it may not resonate with everyone, but what I'm seeing here is someone has gone through, probably someone has probably gone through like a relationship, or they see where they're actually meant to be as far as relationship, because this is a lot of action, and then there's just one action. This divine action comes in. When we talk about the Strength card, this is the only major arcana that's in this spread. But Strength could also be a Leo if you're dealing with the Leo. That's there. So that could be someone came in and, wow. Okay. So Ace of Wands, this divine responsibility. Essentially, what I'm seeing is someone is saying, "I'm done, and I'm ready to either, I've matured emotionally, and I'm ready to now put my emotions into, either something new or renewal." So, wow, very interesting. But something is completely done. Like, something is completely over. And when we see the Ten of Swords, 10 is a number of completion. The swords are about thoughts, ideas, you know, clarity. And if it's not clear that this is the end of something completely, then it should be. So, sorry to laugh. It's just, wow. Wow. Is there anything else, Spirit, that I need to tell them about the message in these cards? Mm, okay. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can get some guidance for you for the week ahead. I'm going to pull out my, oh, wow, my watch still thinks I'm walking. Thank you, watch. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to do the Kim Krans, and let's see what message we might have for you for the week. about this reading. This seems very specific. Um, let's see, blessings coming in. You have the strengths. Yeah, it's like you have the strength to either resist these actions or yeah, something comes through. You either have the strength to resist or the strength to take just the one action. But it's very clear whatever is happening there. I keep on picking up this Ace of Wands. This is definitely about divine responsibility, divine action. You've been given the wand. And then, you're looking at this saying, this can't stand anymore. The way that I have stacked things up can't stand anymore. And so I have to walk away, right? I have to go off on my journey with my staff in hand. And if this isn't clear, that the Page of Wands is that is that person in the Eight of Cups. You're on a new journey, you're on a new adventure, and the world is yours. So what happens is that you are matured through this process, and you end up building something of high quality, um, something that's good for you. And it might even be a renewal. It might be a renewal of something. It might be a renewal of something in the past. But either way, there's definitely an ending here. There's definitely an ending somewhere here. Okay? Something is completing a cycle. Something in the past is completely done, because when we look at the swords, the suit of swords, what comes after the Ten of Swords is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is known as is the spy. Somebody might come looking around for you. Historically, it was known as the spy, or someone working in intelligence, or something like that, working in, like, quote unquote secret service of back in the day, because apparently back in the day with kingdoms, they had their own secret service. Interesting. So we have that. Let's do one more shuffle of our archetype cards, and let's see if we can get a card about this particular reading. Spirit, can you please give us a card for this reading? We got a couple of cards. We got 3 cards. Okay, cool beans. All right. So let me see if I can figure out a way to prop these cards up for you. Get these over here. See that. Okay. First up, we have Alethea. Alethea. Next up, we have the River. And last, we have Thanatos. And I'll leave that sitting back here until I read it. Okay. Awesome. Oh, where's my book? Here we go. All right. So let's look at Alethea first. We see a white rose and a black rose. We see some sort of maybe an amethyst and a piece of gold spread out across a square. Very interesting. I'm going to put that there while I read it so you can see it. All right. Alethea. Wow. It's all the way at the end, so it's one of the initiations, which is interesting. Okay. All right. Alethea is truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. Yeah. And I think this is what's coming in when we look at the Ace of Wands, is the truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an action of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act. Yeah. And this is also Ace of Wands, is that action, right? It could be an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy. Ah, yes. This is also what Wands is about vitality. It's about that vital energy. This is about the spiritual action and energy that is behind our own um, spiritual development, our spiritual emotion, right? Okay. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and a sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Yeah. And this is, I think this is where also again I keep pulling at this card because this is the truth. This is the truth. Okay? When in light, you have clarity, you are receiving revelations, and you are disclosing. When you are dark, there are distortion. They're gaslighting, and there are excuses. And I think that's where that is the shadow card of the Aletheia when it's dark. This is you walking away from the distortions, from the gaslighting and the excuses. Because the thing is here is that um, when someone wants to stay in something like this, in all this drama, when someone wants to stay in all these things that they've stacked up, right? That's unhealthy. That is unhealthy. Um, it's, you know, let's just think about what happens if we were to stack these cups up indefinitely, right? If someone were to continue to try and stack those cups up, ultimately, one cup at the base falling over will ruin the whole thing. And so when someone continues to stay in this kind of energy, they're either being gaslit, they're gaslighting themselves, or they're making excuses for themselves. And, it's not, I think the person walking away from here, um, whatever you're doing, you're making a decision for your own well-being, for your own health, um, for your own sanity, really. Because this Page of Wands is adventurous. Yes, he might be in the desert, but he's got that staff. He's got that passion. He's got that vitality. He's got that energy. He has all that he needs in the desert, even though he is in the desert, right? Because ultimately, that whole thing matures this person. It brings them, yes, it brings them emotional maturity and comfort, because look at the King of Cups here, kind of just chilling on his throne, water's going all around him, but he's on solid ground. He's on solid ground. He has a throne, right? Okay, let me continue. I could go on and on and on. To go deeper with Aletheia, research the goddesses Ma'at and Veritas. Picasso said, "We all know that art is not truth. Art is a lie that makes us realize truth, at least the truth that is given to us to understand." It is said that the resonance of our voice changes when we speak a falsity. In this light, practicing truth as a vibration. Nice. What's next? All right, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna lay Alethea down. I'm gonna lie. I know, it's funny. Sorry, my power is running low. Hopefully you can still hear me. So now I have the river. Let's see. XX. Okay, the river. The river, the stream, and of course you can see the river. It's got a whole bunch of, wow, that's an interesting card. I'm gonna put it right there so you can see it. The river, the stream, the flow, the current. There is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the streams of transformation than we plan to go. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Nice. Yes, new and dreamlike vision. The river. And it's interesting because here too we see a river in the Eight of Cups. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. You are following a vision. Once the tears have passed, the tears of having to leave this behind, right? We see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind the you that stands within. The river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential. Nothing to hide, nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self. When light, you have acceptance, grace, reflection, and forgiveness. But when dark, you are torment of emotions. See all those cups? That's emotions. That's torment. Flooding, overwhelmed. To go deeper, Barry Lopez's River Notes or Roni Horn's Still Water. You can only resist the river for so long. Eventually, it will pull you to change. So you may as well get in with style and grace. Yep, might as well do it. Come on, guys, might as well do it. The river is emotion. When you are in its current, you will know it by the bursting forth of tears, laughter, song, and despair. All the emotions flow in its current. Nice. All right, I'm low on battery, so I'm gonna kind of speed through this last one, and then I'll let you go for the week. Let's see, LXX. Yep, this is another initiation. Wow. All right, Thanatos. Ooh, okay. Thanatos, death. Yeah, and it looks like this is where this contract renewal comes in, because death is a transformation. Okay, it is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as a transformation. Okay, they're not going to let me go easy either. Okay, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signified we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. And it's interesting because as far as Greek mythology goes, I would be thinking that, okay, we're about to come into a phase of where Persephone, who was once in the underworld with Hades, is about to come back out to join her mother Demeter, which indicates spring. But I have read in certain places that the beginning of spring was actually in Greek mythology. That was when Persephone went below interesting way of thinking about it. So it might be that someone is going through, and this process, this bottom process here is all Thanatos with this Eight of Cups, and realizing that you're moving, you are changed and moved, and um, moving away into adventure, of course, but you're definitely matured and changed. And that means the end of that means the end of a stage. You're witnessing a death on a certain level. And notice that these people are underground because there's darkness there. They're inside a building. So this could be going into the underworld to renew a contract and understand more, and rebuild yourself. Renew yourself in the underworld. Because the underworld is not hell. The underworld is where we face our shadows, right? Okay. When you're in light at Thanatos, you are grieving, mourning, and bearing witness to all that is. When you're dark, you fear or have insensitivity to old age, to illness, and to dying. To go deeper, read or see The Mower by Philip Larkin, and I will definitely link below all of these that are being recommended in the cards. Facing Thanatos, death leads us to Alethea. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, renewal, you guys. Renewal. We're coming back full circle, right? Once you renew yourself, you come back to this truth. You come back to Alethea. And you come back to your own power, your own divine power. Okay, I'm going to continue. There are those with a great gift for navigating Thanatos energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. All right, that's your reading for today. My battery is running low. I'm going to go charge it. I hope you all find renewal. Don't be scared of the underworld. Embrace your darker side, embrace your shadow. Acknowledges its existence, because what you don't deserve is all this drama. What you don't deserve is the grief and the lies and the gaslighting that you're telling yourself. You don't deserve that. You deserve better. Okay? Sorry, I hate yelling about that, but yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good week. Talk to you later. Bye.